This morning, the Biden administration announced that Intel and the U.S. Department of Commerce have signed a non-binding preliminary memorandum of terms for up to $8.5 billion in direct funding for commercial semiconductor projects under the CHIPS and Science Act. Now, these agreements don't hold any legal water and more or less are symbolic of the two parties' intent to make it binding. The funding would go towards Intel's semiconductor manufacturing and R&D projects in Arizona, New Mexico, Ohio, and Oregon, where the company makes chips and semiconductor packaging technologies. Intel is the only American company that both designs and manufactures these logic chips. The funding is part of what the CHIPS Act was designed to accomplish: increase domestic semiconductor manufacturing capabilities and build a more resilient U.S. supply chain. The latest surge in chip demand stems from recent advancements in AI technology. In a statement, Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger said, quote, "AI is supercharging the digital revolution, and everything digital needs semiconductors." The funding will be paired with Intel's previously announced plans to invest more than $100 billion in the U.S. over 5 years. Combined, it will be one of the largest public-private investments ever made in the U.S. semiconductor industry. Gelsinger says some 30% of the $100 billion will go towards construction costs, and the remaining will be used for chip-making tools. According to U.S. Secretary of Commerce Gina Raimondo, the combined investment will create more than 30,000 well-paying jobs and, quote, "ignite the next generation of innovation." More than 10,000 of the jobs will be permanent positions at Intel, as well as about 20,000 construction jobs. The investment will also indirectly support more than 50,000 jobs with suppliers and supporting industries. Under the agreement, Intel could draw upon federal loans for an additional $11 billion. Intel also plans to claim the U.S. Treasury Department's investment tax credit, which is expected to be up to 25% of qualified investments of more than $100 billion over 5 years. The funding is also subject to due diligence and further negotiation. It will also be based on achieving certain milestones. Intel's planned investments have some interesting names as the company hopes to siliconize the nation. For example, the manufacturing hub in Arizona is being called the Silicon Desert. New Mexico will be the advanced packaging Silicon Mesa. Ohio, the manufacturing Silicon Heartland. And Oregon, the R&D Silicon Forest. Okay, the project in Ohio will be the crown jewel. Gelsinger says it will be, quote, "the largest AI chip manufacturing site in the world by 2027. According to Reuters, Intel competitor Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing is also planning a factory in Arizona with hopes of securing CHIPS funding for the massive plant. Intel currently employs some 55,000 in the US and indirectly supports more than 720,000 American jobs. This is according to the company. It also contributes more than $102 billion annually to the US GDP. I'm David Manti. This is Manufacturing Now.